My commentary is now out. The run is already outdated, cause my record has been beaten multiple times. I can't include all the new strats now already, cause they are just not relevant for the run. There will probably be another video in a month or two to explain all the new stuff. Thank you to everyone who helped make this category popular again. So yeah, I didn't really make it in time, but I'm still keeping my promise, so here I am. Welcome to part 2 of the LIJ Lord of the Rings Restricted Any % tutorial series. I will first give you a quick update on everything that has happened in the category, and after that I will show you every new strat and how to execute them. Since my first record in early December, I've improved the world record a few more times until the 117 that you know from the last video. Then in mid-January, Flop and then Carcoon both set their first records, and from there on, Flop improved the record multiple times until a 106.48. Another thing that has happened is that Seed has provided us with the debug version of the game, where you can do things like load into a specific room in a specific level, like here into a Monhan C. And even some options like lifting your player into the air when pressing a button. This allows us to go to a specific point in a room when we don't want to play the entire thing. Now let's explain every single strat that has been implemented into the run. In Prologue there's this new triple jump around the rocks. Keep holding forward on the rock to not fall down. And then jump over the flames right there. In the Black Rider there's this new jump on the right side that saves time compared to the left side strat. After the status screen of the Black Rider, hold forward on both players so the camera is in the correct position already. After the cutscene in Bree, you can take a tighter line if you go right here with Aragorn, and then jump up this rock so you can take a tighter line. In Where the Top itself there's a new 1P2C for the first room, so we'll go through every player individually again. For player 1 you will start on Sam, walk downwards into a jump slash, then collect the wood, walk to the left and plant the plant. Switch to Pippin and then walk upwards to the rock and jump slam if you can. You can also just jump up. You can then build the tiles that you have created and then drop down, push the rock and spam special so you can go into the hedge as soon as possible. Once at the top, jump slam this plant and collect the wood. Then walk down and put the wood into the campfire. After that, switch to Some and also first put in the wood before picking up the fish. Then light the campfire as soon as possible. Wait for the camera pan to finish and then walk upwards to collect the egg and then put it on the campfire. For player 2, walk upwards and also do a jump slam. Then collect the wood and walk downwards to put it into the campfire. Then walk to the left and do the fishing minigame. Once you're done, you can switch to Some, destroy the tomato at the bottom and collect the tomato. Try not to drop the wood twice like I did. Just collect the tomato and keep your wood. Once you have the tomato, switch to Mary and also go through the hedge upwards. Then just go to the right on the monkey bars and then hit the X so the camera pan will start. You want to destroy the eggs after Sam has lit the campfire, so those two things overlap. Room 2 has also changed a bit. Once again, start building the bridge and try to get a yeet off of it. Make it across with both players and plant the plant with Some. and then you can jump up with both players. I like to start with some. There's a pretty big invisible collision that you have to jump around. Try to slash as late as possible in a kind of 45 to 30 degree range upwards. After that, walk upwards to the vines with both players and then jump onto them to trigger the camera pan, and from there just build a bridge, walk across, and then the rest of the room is normal. The jump is pretty hard with both players, so definitely practice them. After arriving in Rivendell, you can walk forward with Frodo, just about until here, and then you can use a warp to the map stone, which saves a bit, and then double jump and roll boost off of this collision to get up the slope. Characters room 1 is the room that has changed the most since my world record. After pushing down the rock, jump up with both players and over the pit. Then get Aragorn and also try to jump over it. Triple jump across with Legolas and pick up Gimli with Aragorn. Then walk to the edge and throw Gimli over to Legolas. Switch over to Gimli and then walk up. Hit the right side of this rock with Legolas and then jump onto it with Gimli. For this first launch, you can hold up left with Gimli and hold up right with Legolas. When Legolas' left leg is extended all the way back, you can press special to pick Gimli up. Don't hold anything in the air until you're at the top. Walk to the right and then throw Gimli at this rock. Try to jump as far as possible with Gimli and then pick him up with Legolas. You can put Gimli here on the right side and then jump up. Just make sure to not fall into the pit with him. As always, just go through the hedge and then destroy the rock. Start building with Legolas, but immediately stop building when this piece back here has been built. Jump into the campfire with Gimli into the top left corner, and then align Legolas with this rock. Tap D-pad right and special until you pick up Gimli, and then keep holding D-pad right until you land on this collision. If you fall out of bounds or to the bottom, you will respawn before the ice wall with one player or even both, and that will be a soft lock for you because you can't do the launch with just one player. If you align your shadow with this part of the snow, you won't fall out of bounds or into the void. With Gimli, jump around this rock and keep holding left. With Legolas, walk up and then up left. This time pick up Gimli when the right leg is all the way extended. Then hold up and a bit up right to land on this collision. You can let go of Gimli and then jump to the right. I like to drop down here to semi-respawn point. Drop out Gimli and then you can do a jump roll up this collision. The entire collision up here is basically a slope that wants to push you down, so keep holding up and upright. Align your feet with this spot right here and press D-pad right and a well-spaced double jump. Align your shadow with this triangle right here, and then hold D-pad right and do a jump until here. Do a triple jump onto this rock, again D-pad right, and keep spamming with jump and do another slash to land on top of the collision, and that is the entire trick. There are two snowy stud pieces right here that are right next to each other. Walk until there and then hold right and do a triple jump into the trigger. Be sure to practice this trick a lot, it is one of the harder ones. In Moria, you can switch with player 1 to Legolas and with player 2 to Sam. Then walk up to this skeleton and align both players on the right side of the skeleton, walking up and down respectfully. Then pick up Sam and hold D-pad left. Wait until his right leg is fully extended. Then pick up Sam. Once you launch, you wanna land on this tiny collision with Legolas. You can imagine the collision looking something like this. It's a very narrow collision, so definitely practice this trick a lot cause it's pretty hard. At least you can retry the launch very fast again. Tiptoe your way forward until about here and then do a jump and land on the same collision again. You have to do the jump because there is no collision in between. Keep walking forward until the camera stays fixed, and from there you can just hold D-pad right. Be aware of the possibility of not making the jump and then landing in this soft lock spot, which you cannot get out of, and you need to exit the level and re-enter it. Also, when you land after the launch, switch player 2 to Gandalf and then drop out. When you make it across, you can just walk down here. Walk up to the right side of this diamond and then double jump up. You wanna kinda land on the top part of that right rectangle. You can then start pause buffering until you get into the correct position. When Legolas is about right there where the X is, you are in the right position. From there, hold upright to right and then do a jump slam and you should hit the trigger. This is my setup that I use. Captain Paxo did a tutorial on his pause buffer method. I will link it in the description. Drop in player 2 in this section. Since we switched to Gandalf, it will be in a glitch state here which we can use. And every time an enemy comes, you can just press special and drag them into any direction. Then just let go of special and they will fly and then just die when they hit the next collision. This is extremely effective, way more effective than just killing them with someone like Legolas. Once the camera pan finishes, switch player 1 to Gimli and walk forward with both players. Ideally Gimli wouldn't be back here, but in my run he did. The only downside with Gandalf in this section is that you cannot switch to any other character than Gandalf. So we will have to always use him for this 1PTC. As early as you can, destroy this rock with Gimli and then build what comes out with Gandalf. Then with player 1, switch over to Pippin, then get the water and put out the fire while you push the cart with Gandalf. Then Pippin will jump slash the barrel and pick up the key, while Gandalf will put the gear in place. Then just put in the key and keep spamming special and then walk through the door with Gandalf. That is everything new for Moria. In Monhen I will use Flop's run as an example for some good waves. You can shoot the guards at the top with Legolas and kill the ones at the bottom with Gimli. This is way faster than just simply destroying the pillars. The second section with Gimli destroy all the pillars and with Legolas shoot the guy on the left. And then just hit all 3 shields as fast as possible and then you can kill all the guys at the same time. Kill those 2 Uruk-hais and then pick up Gimli to throw him at the rock. And then you can break the shields with Legolas and Gimli. And then Gimli walks up to get the last guy with the shield and Legolas shoots the other 3 guys up top. The entire first room of Taming Golem is changed since last time, but only the section for player 2 so only summoned Frodo. So I will only explain the part for player 2. The first part is the exact same as back then, so you can just watch the tutorial if you don't know how to do it. As always, you just jump across with Frodo and then the new part starts. On the right side, destroy these dead bushes. jump onto the very corner of this wood piece. You have to stand on the very right corner or else this won't work. Then hold upright, do a jump, and then in the air spam special to collect the fish. You should be able to collect it mid-air, so you won't have to do the campfire puzzle. From there it's once again the exact same thing, do the jump, go through the hatch, jump on the monkey bars and get the last fish, then push down the rock, and then you can start throwing your fishes. Now player 1 will be some, so we'll have to walk all the way to the left side, not get stuck anywhere, then throw every single fish you have on both players into the basket. In the dead marshes you can switch over to some and then do this triple jump around the collision. From there it's the same as ever, but Flop also does a different setup here for this triple jump across. At the end of the dead marshes you can roll in front of the tree instead of behind it. This is more consistent than going around the backside. For the Osgiliath launch we go to the exact same place as before. This is the specific setup that Flop uses and I will explain you how I do it. It is very similar, so try to read it right now and I will explain it word for word afterwards. On player 2's screen or Frodo's, turn the camera in this general direction, it doesn't really matter that much, and then you can just start tapping right. Put player 1 at the end of the branch and then adjust your camera until you see the visual cue. Align the right side of the camera with the brick with the curve on it. You can always find the brick because the curve looks like an Amazon logo. Keep tapping right with Frodo until his feet are aligned with the branch. Slowly walk forward with Faramir and keep spamming special until you pick him up. As soon as you pick him up, hold upright with Frodo and then switch to just up with Frodo, so you land in the trigger and don't have to do Osgiliath early. Since we skipped the entirety of Osgiliath early, we can just call it Osgiliath early skip. Then just drop out player 2 and then switch over to Faramir and the rest is the same as always. There is one more new thing when beginning the next movie, Return of the King. Once you reach Edoras and go out and touch the cutscene trigger, switch to Legolas and walk to Dun Harrow as normal, but with player 2, open the map and then warp to the Dead Marshes mapstone. With Legolas, keep walking to Dun Harrow, and with player 2, you can just walk to the Black Gate. This eliminates the walking path we need to take after we beat Pelennor Fields, since we can just warp to the Black Gate and then just immediately walk into the trigger, instead of walking from the Dead Marshes. At the very end of the first room of Paths of the Dead, you can do a jump roll on this collision with Aragorn to land up there, and then just immediately turn the turnstile so you don't have to go through the hatch with Gimli. After Pelennor Fields, we can go into the map on player 2 and then warp to the Black Gate. From there we can just walk into the trigger and start the level. The level Black Gate itself has also changed. It is now easier and also faster to do. We stay dropped in with both players and switch P1 to Legolas and player 2 to any of the hobbits. After the camera pan finishes, jump onto the rock with the hobbit and then pick him up with Legolas from the front and walk backwards. You should get pushed up this slope. Once the UI of your hordes has passed the top of the circle of the horses, you can just let player 2 go and then drop him out. From there it's the same trigger hit as always, but I will explain once more because it is a pretty hard trigger hit. Your first jump should land in this collision marked with orange. You can see it right next to the pebble. It is a very strange collision when you want to jump out of it again, so don't move, jump first and then start moving for the second jump. So jump first, then start moving, and here's the visual cue. You can see the two rocks, the two little pebbles encircled, and also the trigger marked in red. You have to hit the trigger in the direction of the arrow, so you will have to move up. The trigger just sits a bit beneath the floor, and it is pretty small, so it's pretty hard, so definitely practice it a lot. So yeah, that's it. That's every single news thread since my world record. I want to once again thank everyone for watching and everyone for making this category what it is today. Restricted runs, and especially Lord of the Rings Restricted, has been so much fun for me, and I hope that you will also have a lot of fun with it. Anyways, have a great day. Goodbye.